is make faint sounds of pleading for his life. If you want to kick this pervert to death, watch this video. Citizen reports to Kane, immediately riding his motorbike to his destination. At this point, Kane didn't dare slow down a bit, because this citizen said that the dog had been tied up for 2 hours. But this was also the first time Kane had been to the dog's location. He had to ask the locals about this country road. Once Kane had asked for directions, he quickly arrived at the scene. After a 20-minute journey, Kane arrived at the dog's destination. Kane got out of the car and immediately searched for the dog, but the terrain was wide, and the dog was tied up and not easy to find. After 10 minutes of searching, Kane finally found the dog. Look at what's wrapped up in front of you. Can you believe this is the dog? By this time, the dog was having a hard time breathing. Kane immediately went to the dog's side, carefully lifting it out of the mud puddle. After putting the dog down, Kane immediately removed the dog's tape. The dog was moaning in pain. Why would such a cruel person? Why did this sick man do this? What do you want to say to this sick person at this moment? Write it in the comments. Kane's hands and feet dare not let go. For hearing the dog's pleading, it made him feel very bad inside. After a minute's time, Kane tore all the tape off the dog's head. Then he was ready to help the dog, removing the tape from the body part. Kane carefully searched for a connection point on the tape. Finally, he found a connection point on the foot, but it didn't stay attached. A small part of the connection had been torn off and it broke. Kane could only continue to look for other seams. By this time, the dog was also struggling, as it now developed a fear of humans. After Kane had finished removing the dog's front leg, the dog's first reaction was to run away. Kane immediately held the dog to prevent it from struggling, as the dog's struggle would have delayed the rescue effort. Kane then set about helping the dog remove the rest of the tape. After 3 minutes of work, Kane finally pulled off all the tape from the dog. The dog was finally free of this demon. Kane first checked the dog's body for any trauma, but the dog kept cowering in fear. Kane immediately brought in his rescue tools. First, he used a towel to wipe the stains from the dog's body. Then, he poured the rest of the water over the dog. As the dog drank the water, the dog's whole body trembled. Kane thought about the dog's health. He decided to take the dog to the hospital for a checkup. He took out a blanket and put the dog in a cage. The dog thought that Kane was going to sell it. Inside the cage, it made another pleading sound. Just as you can imagine, this sick man had left a shadow on the dog's mind. After Kane gathered his belongings, immediately took the dog to the hospital. After a 20-minute journey, Kane arrived at the hospital without incident. He immediately placed the dog on the table. The vet took the dog's temperature first. Fortunately, the result was normal. Then he checked the dog's health. The vet told Kane that the dog was a little malnourished. Other than that, the dog was healthy. Then Kane took the dog home. Kane first gave the dog a hot bath. He also washed all the bad feelings off of it. After the bath, he dried its hair. If Kane hadn't saved the dog, maybe the dog would have died long ago. Let's praise Kane for his kind act. We also hope that this dog will grow up healthy and happy. We also hope that you type this in the comments. If you don't love, please don't hurt.